Hey guys, my name is Cameron and this is another installment of making ceramics during the pandemic while at home. In this video, we will learn how to use underglazes and glazes to finish our ceramic pieces. Check it out. To start, I have some bisque pieces, which means they have already gone through the kiln once and now they're ready to be glazed. But if you can look at your bisque pieces, you'll notice that they're a little bit dusty. So the first thing that we need to do for the glazing process is to wipe them off with a very lightly wet sponge. My hand is even wetter than the sponge. You see, if I squeeze it, it doesn't even drip. We're just wiping the dust off. You're gonna get all the places where you plan on glazing. Do it again, squeeze it out. And don't worry if you put too much water on it. All you have to do is wait for it to dry, and then you're ready to go. The next step is to use an underglaze, which is different from a glaze because it can go on the bottoms of pieces and not ruin a kiln shelf. So, for each glaze, you have a lot of colors, as you can see. You have a lot of colors. And you don't want to mix them. So you want to use a different paintbrush for each glaze. The first thing you want to do once you have your glaze open is stir it, because sometimes they can get separated when sitting in the bottle. So you stir it up so that you have an even consistency. And it shouldn't be too thick or too thin. It shouldn't be liquidy, but it shouldn't be super chunky. It should be somewhere in the middle. Oops. That's okay. So, as far as your color choices, if you don't have any particular desire about how you want it to look, you might just want to use complementary colors, which if you look at a color wheel, are the colors that are opposite from each other. So I'm gonna use orange and blue. So I'm gonna use an orange underglaze, and you don't have to be perfect. Just get it into all the cracks and crevices. And then you wanna do the back also, only in underglaze. It's important to remember that whenever you finish using the glaze, using a glaze or underglaze, you should put the lid back on so that it doesn't dry out. And even if you're not done with it for the day, you can just set your paintbrush right on top until you're ready to use it. While we wait for this one to dry, I'm going to start on the second piece that I have here. I'm going to try green. So again, when you open up your glazes, you want to mix them up. Really, really good. Scrape the sides, get it all mixed together. And paint it on. Now that the first layer of orange on this one has dried, I'm going to put a second coat of the underglaze. Once your second coat of underglaze is dry, you'll be able to see and it'll be dry to the touch. I've gone ahead and put a second coat on this one also. The next step is to pick a glaze to put on top of your underglaze. Because I'm doing complementary colors for this one, I'm picking a blue glaze. Again, stir it so that it's all mixed together. And this you only apply one coat of. And unlike underglaze, which can go on the bottoms of pieces, glazes can only go on the top because it may get stuck to the kiln shelf. You don't want that. Even coat, and you set it to the side and wait for it to dry. And for this one, I'll do a melon on top of a green. Now we just wait for them to dry, and then we send them off to the kiln, where they'll go through a glaze firing, and afterwards they'll come out shiny and colored. This was learning how to use glaze and underglaze. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.